Hi, I'm Walter Peters, and I've been thinking about this for a little while. I've decided to talk to you about it. There's an idea that I had some time back, and I've just formulated a little bit better. Do you ever put a lot of effort into something, and then it seems like something you didn't expect interrupts your progress, or you have a repeat of an obstacle interrupting your progress, and you're like, no matter how hard you try, you only get to a certain point, but then you don't quite get to what you really want? Well, I'm going to point to something that might be causing that for you and to what you can do about it. I have a presentation I just did moments ago for a group that I work with, and I shared this with them, and they were so enthusiastic about it, I decided it's time to make this video. So here's what it is. Almost all of your goals are actually designed to avoid a consequence. So think about that. There's a goal that you have, and you know what you want, and you know how great it would be if you got that goal. But I'm suggesting that behind the desire to have the goal and to accomplish what you're after, there's a commitment to avoid a certain consequence. There's a fear of something that might happen if you don't accomplish the goal. So for some people, you know, they want to make more money, they want to get a better job, whatever it might be. So that's about avoiding the consequence of not having enough money, or God forbid, the worst case being homeless, or whatever it might be, right? Here's what I'm saying. Your attention is on your goal, and you're thinking about it. You have a game plan. You say, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week, or I'm going to run a mile a day, or I'm only going to eat certain kind of food, and all these things. And you have all of these actions and action plans for how you're going to acquire the outcome that you're looking for. What I'm saying is, in the subconscious, there's a reason for that. And that subconscious reason might be something you're afraid of, something you don't want to have happen. So no matter how much time and energy and effort you put into looking at your goal, if the subconscious mind is still obsessing over the possible bad result of not getting the goal, that's using up some of your bandwidth, because there's only so much time and only so much attention that you have in a given day to assign to whatever it is that you're working on. And all of that resistance that you have, all of that concern that you have for what might happen that could go wrong or might not work, all of that is getting some of your attention. Even though it's subconscious, it's getting some of your attention. And so it's actually contributing to the possibility of that bad thing happening, which is why you have these repeated interruptions. This is why you have these things that show up and block your progress, because at some level you're expecting them. So what do you do about this? Now, another thing that's happening is it's taking away from your ability to focus all your creative energy on the thing that's important to you. So what do you do about this? Here's what you do about this. What you do is you write down your goals. Now, you've probably already written your goals because you're a smart person. So you know writing them down makes them more likely. Fine, write them down. But then you look and ask yourself, if I don't get that goal, what might happen? Right? I promise you, your mind will tell you right away. He'll say, oh, you know, this is the thing that will happen. So you look at the goal, you write it down, and you ask yourself, well, what would happen if I don't get it? Then you look at that thing that your mind is saying is likely to happen, and recognize this one fact about your life. Over 90% of what you've worried about has never happened, and it's not going to. You're probably not going to have that terrible outcome, right? So if you can acknowledge that your mind has this idea something bad's going to happen, and you can let that go, just let it go, probably not going to happen. What that does is it frees up more of your bandwidth, more of your time, and more of your attention to focus on creating what it is that you want to create. I'm inviting you to consider that the real reason for creating a goal is not to protect yourself or prevent some bad thing happening. The real reason is to have life be an expression of who you are and to maximize your ability to express that true self in the world as something happening that benefits you and it benefits other people. That's really what we're up to. That's really what we're capable of. And if you'll allow that your mind, your subconscious mind, wants to hold on to fear, and you'll acknowledge that fear and let it go, then that will free up more of your true self, your creative self, to go and accomplish what it is that you said that you want. So I've said many times, ignorance is innocent. Can't blame people for what they don't know. But just a little information can make you dangerous. So I'm inviting you to consider that I've just given you a tidbit. I've just scratched the surface of this subject. And if you want to book a session with me and look more deeply at it and maybe unravel some of the things that are interrupting you, go ahead and click on the link below. There could be a link down there. It could happen. And it'll take you to my calendar page, and you can pick a time that works for you. And we can sit for half an hour, whatever works for you. No charge. Just spend some time, have a conversation. Who knows? You might discover something that will change your entire life. Yeah, you might even discover you want to be a client of mine and have some coaching. That'd be good too. All right. Aloha, Walter Peters. Aloha, coaches. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Goodbye.